Hello my internet friends, Snapyet here. Well, the Skyrim continues. I'm always playing Skyrim and I'm always trying to think of new ideas and interesting videos that I could do for YouTube. So I have got an idea that I'm going to tell you as we go through this video, but the main point is there is going to be a poll. I'm going to ask you for your opinion at the end. Everything will become clear by the end, but do stick around until then because the important part is the poll where I'm going to need your feedback. But before we get there, I'll tell you why I'm doing this and what I'm thinking. Basically, last year I started a video series called Modded for Immersion, where I modded Skyrim and played through the game in a very immersive kind of a survival-y way. It was not something I planned or anything to get views or on YouTube or anything. I just put that up there because it's a game that I love and I enjoy playing it. But since then, a lot of people have come along. But as that's happened, I've kind of understood a little bit more about YouTube. When you first start, you kind of on project a little bit. You kind of come up with an idea and you put it on and hope that people are entertained by it. Then people watch it and people start to talk to you and you realize that YouTube is about more than just projecting yourself out there. Because people are talking back to you, it's about a dialogue and it's about community. Let's face it, if we wanted just to be spoon-fed entertainment, we'd kind of watch TV or go and see a movie. YouTube is slightly different. When you a few modest number of people talking to you, you start to realize, this is about more than just me shoveling stuff out into the world. So I definitely want to do more Skyrim, but I also want to take that on board. How can I involve people more in what I'm doing rather than me just deciding what I'm going to do and putting it out there for you to watch? It occurred to me what I could do is ask my community, the people who are following, for their input into the series and let them shape the series rather than me just coming up with an idea that I think people are like in isolation. Ask you for your opinions. So I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to ask you for in the poll. I'm going to ask you a really fundamental question about the next series of Skyrim that I'm doing, namely what character should I play and what should be the focus of that character. And at the poll at the end, I have to kind of condense it a little bit because everyone has slightly different opinions. So I've come up with 3 options that I think would be interesting and I'm going to ask you to pick one of those options. Unfortunately, and this is annoying me, I can't go into too much detail about the kind of mods that will be in the series and exactly what I'll be doing with the shape of that series. There are some secret things that I want to keep secret and I want it to be a surprise. But I need this input from you before I start the series. What character should I be playing? And then we'll go into the series and hopefully it'll be interesting and it'll be different. I've got some really cool ideas that I hope you think will be cool ideas and something that people will enjoy watching, but also I'll have had your feedback into what I'm doing, and that kind of feedback within the shape of the series will continue. I'm really excited about sort of saying how that's going to happen, but for right now we can just do this. So if you've got the time, and I would really appreciate it, give me your feedback into this poll. So here are the 3 characters. I have got a dark elf illusionist. That's number 1. I think that would be a really interesting focus. So focusing on illusion, very little melee, using those spells, a kind of a manipulative, thoughtful character who's not going to do a lot of combat. That's the first one. The second character I've got as a possibility is a very basic sort of Nord barbarian. I imagine this guy as a kind of real meaty, not many words, almost like Conan the Barbarian style character, who is going to be a pretty basic character, but it's been a long time since I've played a guy who just has a massive 2-handed weapon and he's a warrior through and through. I think that's a good contrast and an interesting place to focus. Possibly, this is the point of the poll. So, and the final character, a high elf destruction mage. I think that would be really cool. This guy is a very high and mighty guy. He has great magical abilities and he's very proud, and for some reason he's in Skyrim, but snooty kind of aristocratic guy who thinks he's above everyone else. I think that would be a really interesting character to play. So without further ado, the poll should be coming up on screen right now. Make your votes known. So the illusionist dark elf, that's an interesting character, I think. To make the barbarian a little bit more interesting, let's say that the Nord barbarian will be female. I tend to gravitate towards male, but We want to have our options open and make her a more interesting character, I think, and a destruction mage, high elf destructive mage. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other feedback, let me know in the comments as well. What do you think? Should I try and do the voices? Obviously, with me doing the voices, sometimes if I have a female character, that's going to be a little bit awkward. I don't know how that would work, but okay. So hopefully you voted. What will happen now is that I've got the final episode of Season 3 of my main Skyrim series to do. That's going to come up next week. And in the intervening time, the poll will be ongoing. So I'll be recording that based on your feedback. That is my plan. So there shouldn't be a gap in Skyrim content, weekly Skyrim content at all. Things should flow quite nicely into one another. So thank you for voting. Again, thank you for joining me for this. I hope this is going to be the best Skyrim series I've done so far. Let me know any comments. Make sure you vote, and I will see you in the first episode. Bye for now. Bye, 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 bye. No.